on, guys? Moorey here, and this is just a new type of video, just a game update video, and this is Raids, the Liberation and Mazcab. Now this has been hyped up quite a lot and is being waited for by quite a lot of high level players. So I'm just going to give a quick brief into it all and see what we got. So they've improved the grouping system, so you can form a band of up to 10 friends, 10 people to go into raids and kill the bosses. There is only 2 bosses at the moment, so they will add more in the future, I hope. Well, so we got tier 90 tank armor. It's the most powerful armor in the game as a tank. As you all know, player owned ports armor is a 85 tank armor, but this has got abilities for having the set, so quite interesting. There's abilities is actually tradable abilities in all 3 combat styles, so in magic, melee and range. So it's quite interesting. No level requirements to do raids, which is quite nice, but obviously you will need high level combat and top ass gear to go into the fights more likely. But there'll more likely be a time where you can just DPS in Void and get the boss down quick. You can explore the Mazcab and just other bits and bobs of rewards. The level 90 armor. With this is for a melee range and mage. The mage is primeval, the melee is Terralith, and the range is Tempest. There are 2 versions of this. There's the regular version, which will degrade to dust, and then they got an Act 2 version, which technically is like a superior version, and that is earned as rare drops from raid bosses. Obviously the raid bosses, you can only get drops every 2 days, so yeah, it's gonna take a while before anyone has the full set. And the abilities: Corruption Blast, a basic magic ability that deals damage over 6 seconds and will periodically attempt to jump to nearby target enemies. Sounds kind of weird. Corruption Shot, a basic range ability with an otherwise identical function to the Corruption Blast. Fair enough. Storm Shards and Storm Shatter. This is the one I was quite interested in. Using this pair of Constitution abilities, Basic and Threshold, the caster applies up to 10 Storm Shards stacks on a target, then unleashes them all at once with Shatter. This ignores the damage cap and they can hit up to 30k life points. Note that multiple players can apply the Storm Shards to a target, and only one person has to use the Shatter to get all the stacks. So it is quite good. Surging Onslaught is another Constitution ability that grows more damaging the longer it is channeled. This can be quite deadly if you're not careful. It uses your adrenaline first, then your overload timer, and then it goes into your health, and it can take your health pretty damn quick. So that's one thing to watch out for. So other than that, I think I'll have to swap over into the game now and see if we can get our first raid kill. So I'll see you all in a bit. And we're back. I just had a quick look at the patch notes and there's some really interesting things in here. I'm not going to go through all of them, but I am a combat person, so I am just going to go through the combat ones quickly. With Death Swiftness, damage over time effect will now scale correctly to ability damage. Snipe will no longer perform auto attacks while channeling if the player clicks on their opponent again. Debilitate and Resonance will now correctly scale depending on shield bow levels. Attempting to attack another player's follower from single-way combat whilst the player is in multi-way combat will now display their username correctly. Blood Necklace shards will no longer interrupt single-way PvP. A bit weird. High-level spell effects can no longer be used without the required magic level. Borrowed weapons will now correctly drain special attack in legacy combat. And now we get into some of the abilities. I've been waiting for this update for quite a while. Quake now deals 219% damage to the main target. Hurricane, damage dealt to all adjacent targets is now 66 to 219%, hitting the main target for a second time for 84 to 161% of your weapon damage. Hurricane now shares a cooldown with Destroy, which I don't think really matters because Destroy is dual wield and Hurricane is two-handed, so quite good. Hurricane, Halberds and Noxious Scythe now deal a 5x5 AoE damage instead of 3x3, which is brilliant. Snapshot and Wild Magic have had their hits slightly spread out. Don't really know what that means. Hopefully they haven't nerfed them quite a lot because they are really good abilities. Meteor Strike will now deal AoE damage to nearby opponents. Meteor Strike no longer requires the opponent to have more than 50% of his life points. Barrage will now apply a 1.2 bind to an opponent. Barrage no longer shares a cooldown with Surge and Escape, and Barrage with no target will no longer perform Surge, which is quite good, I'm guessing. I don't think there's any others really. Quick some ninja fixes. The bonfire life points boost now has a buff timer, kind of helpful. There's been some following changes to the Hydrix jewelry. The Ring of Death will now make death safe at a charge cost. Kind of weird, but I thought the Ring of Death would have had that anyway. Also, the Ring of Death has a chance for a part of the defeated NPC's life points to be added to Adrenaline. That's really good as well. Death Touch Bracelet. Damage reflecting chances have been increased, and reflect damage will now be partly dealt to some of the reflect immune NPCs. Kind of good as well. Amulet of Souls. The chance of increased soul split healing has been increased. Protection players and deflect curses will prevent more damage. Okay, that sounds weird. Reaper Necklace stats have been slightly buffed, and the accuracy stacking buff has been changed to be more rewarding and more consistent. It's kind of good. Some other changes: the Ring of Rigor offensive stats have been restored. The Blood Necklace healing effect, top end damage have been reduced, and the Asylum Surgeon's ring stats have been reduced slightly, making them similar to the 6th phase circuit, but obviously the Asylum Surgeon ring has still got that ability, which makes it one of the best rings in the game, if not the best. So I think that's all I'm going to cover for them. Obviously just go onto the forums, go onto the patch notes and you can read them all. But now I'm going to jump into game and head to Raise. So guys, I've been trying to get kills for quite some time now and it's not going, we're getting the boss lower and lower. So what I'll do, I'll just quickly upload this video so you just got a quick video to look at and watch. And once I get it down and get a kill and stuff, I'll record and upload that again. So I'll see you all soon.